In our last video, we were in Newport Richey, Florida, where we took a stroll along the Cody River. We checked out the historic Hacienda Hotel, which is slated to reopen in fall of 2022. We walked along the streets of the historic downtown. And we ended our visit with the absolutely fantastic Sims Park. In today's video,
we're in Safety Harbor, Florida.
As is the usual protocol, Kara, why don't you start off by telling us about this cool little suburb of Tampa?
Safety Harbor sits on the west shore of Tampa Bay. It was settled in 1823 and incorporated in 1917. Current population is about 17,000. A fun fact I found is that it's actually been inhabited since the Stone Age, and in 2008 they found a 6,000-year-old spearhead in one of their city parks.
I'll start by saying that if you like a big city but prefer to live in a smaller town, Safety Harbor might be just the place for you. This is a really cool little town. It sits right across from downtown Tampa. You can see the skyscrapers across the bay, but it definitely has that small town feel, which I personally really like. It's the best of both worlds.
I also really liked Safety Harbor. What I love about it is it has a true downtown. It's very quaint, and we just enjoyed walking around checking out the shops and restaurants.
We began our exploration along Main Street downtown and started working our way to the waterfront.
If you like to explore on foot like we do, Safety Harbor's downtown is really walkable. The main core spans about 5 blocks. You'll see in a little bit we end up at a city park, and then if you keep going, you end up at the pier.
We're recording this voiceover about a month later, and if memory serves, we were there on a Sunday, which is actually the day they have their farmers market, as you can see here.
Market on Main, as it's known, is every Sunday, although they take the month of August off. We'll see it again as we walk back through downtown. This is Waterfront Park, and it is home to the Waterfront Oak, which is a historically registered tree, and you'll see how big it is. It's estimated to be 800 tons, it's 20 feet in diameter, and experts think it's between 200 and 300 years old. It's pretty magnificent to see.
I believe this is the second historically registered tree, which is something I didn't know existed. The other one being, if memory serves, in Owensboro, Kentucky. Caroline has joked in previous videos that I must have a radar for breweries. Well, if that's the case, Caroline certainly does for building art. If there's building art anywhere to be found, an alleyway, behind the building, you name it, she can find it. But to her credit, usually these are highlights of our videos.
We're coming up on the site of Safety Harbor Resort and Spa. It was built on the site of Springs of the Holy Spirit, which were ancient hot springs. They were named in 1539 by Spanish explorer Hernando de Soto. He was in search of the Fountain of Youth.
I'm fairly certain this is not that Fountain of Youth.
Having come all the way down Main Street through downtown, it was now time to check out the waterfront and the pier.
So we're now coming upon Safety Harbor Waterfront Park, which includes a fishing pier and also a nature boardwalk, which we'll see here shortly.
So I just assumed the name Safety Harbor came from ships getting in from the Gulf of Mexico into Tampa Bay and being safe from bad weather. But that's actually not the case. It was named that in the 18th century when pirates were common. Once ships got to this part of the bay, they were safe from pirates.
Not being from the area, one of the things that surprised us is how shallow the waters are. Of course, the tide plays a role in this, but even from the end of the pier, we could easily see the bottom of the water. And the area that we're staying at further north of Tampa, the bay there is very shallow. It looks like it's about 4 or 5 feet all the way across until you get out to the Gulf.
We noticed that quite a few people seemed to be out enjoying kayaking in this area. The water was relatively calm and, as Jeff said, not real deep, so perfect kayak conditions.
Yeah, coming from the California coast, it's actually kind of odd to see such calm waters.
And of course, like any good tourist, we had to work our way out to the end of the pier.
With that said, it's time for a real-time update. Since we arrived in Central Florida, the Tampa Bay area, about a month ago, everybody said you gotta check out Safety Harbor. You gotta go see Safety Harbor, which is on what they call Old Tampa Bay. So today, we finally did it. And I have to say, it's really cool. We started off in the old downtown. Now we're in the Waterfront Park area, and it looks like to our left there might be kind of a nature walk, so we're gonna go check that out next.
As with most cities that we visit, there's always that unexpected fun find. For us, it was this boardwalk. It was a really cool trail to walk along.
Yeah, because of the nature of the Florida coastline, boardwalks like these don't seem to be that uncommon. We've come across a few of them in our travels.
Yeah, I appreciate the elevated boardwalks because I'm pretty sure it's keeping me away from the snakes and the alligators.
Yeah, the place that we're staying has a nice little boardwalk that follows the water line, and we go for a walk most every day. And I think we've seen at this point about 3 different alligators, but also a lot of dolphins and even some manatees. So it's really awesome walking along the coastline in Florida.
I don't think there's anything else we can say about this that the video doesn't show even better, so we'll see you at the end of this trail. Here's where the boardwalk ends, but there is a bike and walking trail that you can take, and it goes all the way down to Philippe Park. We didn't go that far. We chose to turn around and come back and see other parts of the city center.
We're having a great day in Safety Harbor. We just went out to the pier, and then as Jeff said, we were going to start on that nature walk. There's a really cool boardwalk along there, and from the signs it sounds like it just opened in 2017. It reminded us a lot of that boardwalk in Naples, so if you see our Naples, Florida video, you may see some glimpses of that. Anyway, we're enjoying it very much. We're going to head back to the downtown and check out what's there.
Since we had already strolled along Main Street to get down to the waterfront, we decided to take a parallel street on our way back.
This mural coming up here references Count Odette Philippe. He was a French nobleman and one of the early settlers in 1823. He is known for introducing the grapefruit to the state of Florida.
How do you know it's not pronounced Felipe?
I actually don't. I had a 50-50 chance. If anyone watching this knows, let us know.
Here we are at another one of the cute little city parks, and this one is somewhat interactive, so it makes for a really nice experience for you and your family if you want to visit.
If you've watched our other videos, you know we always like to check out the historic homes near downtown. So after leaving the park, we headed up through a residential area.
Yeah, they don't always make our videos because, well, I do feel a little weird about filming people's homes. But with that said, you might be surprised to know that going through old neighborhoods is usually one of the highlights of visiting any new town or city for us.
Now we're back to the market on Main. It's centered in John Wilson Park, where there's actually a gazebo where they have entertainment, and as you can see, they have a variety of vendors.
So this is a little embarrassing because we forgot to film our final thoughts, so we'll do it here and now. Caroline, what did you think of this cute little city in Central Florida?
I really liked Safety Harbor. Cute downtown, gorgeous waterfront. It was a great trip.
Absolutely. Get off the couch and we'll see you next time.
Cheers!